This is PJNET.TV, and this is my perspective and comments. In this video segment of My Perspective and Comments, we cover politics, society here and abroad, and the events of the day that are shaping our nation. PJNET.TV, My Perspective and Comment, coming to you with a worldview, one nation under God. Welcome to My Perspective and Comments. And let's get right at it, folks. COVID-19, what's been going on in the States? We are seeing more and more states pushing back against the mask and these COVID passports. We're also starting to see more and more pressure to get the masks off our children in schools. And that really needs to be a concerted effort now. We've got to wake these parents up and stop this crime that's been taking place over this last year. Perfectly healthy kids that should not ever have been, one single mask never should have been put on those kids. All the masks need to be removed from our children right now. And when you have these censors that are listening in like YouTube and Facebook, which are now being proven as part of the problem and part of the misinformation that just for saying that they think they're at liberty to silence and ban you. But that's why Section 230 needs to be pushed, and these protections like that YouTube and Facebook and Twitter get, they need to be sued. And right now there's a lot going on behind the scenes when it comes with Facebook, when it comes to YouTube, that have totally almost criminal by their banning certain statements from reputable people. And now it's come to find out everything that these other voices in the medical profession were actually right. And now these big tech companies are almost silent, and we're not going to silence you anymore for talking about this or talking about that. What they need to have been done, what needs to be done, is every time they discriminate against Americans by silencing them, shadow banning them, or banning them from their sites, they need to have a lawsuit on their plate. And I think that's coming. I think more and more lawmakers are starting to see that big tech is part of the problem in America today. But that's what we've seen. Big tech complicit with their so-called selected experts, and now these so-called experts are under fire, like Dr. Fauci, and now we're finding out the lies that he told. And we'll be talking about that later in my perspective. But some big revelations that are coming out right now, and America has been lied to throughout this year plus. And I think Fauci is going to be the first one that gets the boot, and maybe the lawyers might have something to say to Dr. Fauci, because what he was saying under oath is problematic for sure. Joe Biden, our so-called leader in America, is overseeing and part of the decline that we're seeing taking place right now in America today. Inflation, job losses, illegal lawbreakers flooding our nation, food, gas, electricity, building supplies, all going sky high. And this president, everything but looking at the mirror and saying, what am I doing? Why is this happening? I'll give him a hint. Green New Deal and putting all our eggs in this secondary energy market when we had energy independence. And folks, we aren't energy independent anymore because of this leadership under Joe Biden. Clueless on having our nation strong economically, and now we're starting to see, are we really strong militarily? Because under this president, we could see dramatic withdrawals to our military. And just wait. Just give it time. If he stays in office right now, we're going to see our military suffer. In fact, we're already seeing that taking place with critical race and our military towing the social justice line. And that's problematic in itself also. But again, inflation going sky high. Prices, every which way you look, are going in a bad direction under this so-called leader, Biden. So, more to see, and you try and be positive with this president. But if you look at all the decisions that he's made since he's been in office, and it seems like America last is the name of the game under this president. America first went out the window a couple, 3 months ago, and now we're in a controlled decline in America today. Joe Biden's America, decline upon decline. I'd like to, Epoch News has been reporting a child or child endangerment, so to speak, when it comes to illegals. And in Breckenville, Texas, there's, I guess, tens of thousands of illegal aliens that are evading the Border Patrol every month, and they're hoping to slip in our nation undetected to go up north into our larger cities. And what's happening now is that the sheriff's departments in that area are now starting to charge them for trespassing, evading arrest on foot, and endangering the life and health of a child, because most of these ones that are evading, smuggling people in, have child a tow. And right now, the sheriff's departments, I'm hoping this is more and more sheriff's departments are moving forward to crack down on this illegal activity. And we know Joe Biden wants to give them a pass, wants to make it totally in America release. Arrest and release. Catch and release is the name of Joe Biden's game when it comes to illegal aliens flooding our nation on the southern border. But we are still seeing some sheriff's departments that are putting a stop to this and are charging this illegality and the endangering of children in these illegals that are in with those illegals, that they're in fact, many are not even their children, not even a family member. They're just being used as a ticket to get into the United States. I'd like to report on in Oklahoma, Republican lawmakers in Oklahoma have successfully renamed a stretch of highway after former President Trump. Under a new bill here just recently signed by the governor, the Republican governor, Kevin Stitt, in Oklahoma. They renamed about a 20-mile stretch of highway between Boise City and the border of Texas after our President Trump, the 45th president. So we see some acknowledgement here of our president. And when you start to think back on where we were 14, 15 months ago, where the prospects of the United States, energy independence, jobs for unemployment, for women, for Hispanics, historic. Our energy prices, affordable, low. Our cost of living, solid. People that wanted a job could get a job. And America's economic engine was firing on all cylinders. And again, energy independent. The XL pipeline was moving forward. We were exporting energy to other nations. And we were putting Putin, Russia, in check with their energy advances for pipeline and building a pipeline, which now looks like, because the United States has no leadership, Russia's now going to be supplying Europe with energy, which we should have been doing. But no, we don't have a leader anymore in this country. We've got I don't know what you'd call him, but he's not leading. He's following Putin and Xi Jinping in China. And that's what we're seeing right now. America in decline. And what a stark stark difference that we see from President Trump and Joe Biden. Leadership that was moving America forward. Now we have someone, as I said, controlling our decline. And it's sad to watch. It's sad to see us go back to, hey, get your wealth, come and get your welfare check. Come and get all the social services, because now we don't have any jobs for you to take. As a matter of fact, now we've got under this president, he'd rather pay you not to work than to go out and work. So we see a situation that our nation is in right now that is, we can attribute it to the leadership, the guy at the top, Joe Biden, and the lack of leadership. We're going in the wrong direction. We were this nation was solid. We were strong. We were growing. We were growing in economy, energy. You name the criteria. Everything was moving positively. Now we have we're going in the opposite direction, and it's ironic how, you know, one of the first things that Joe Biden does when he comes in is cancel all the executive orders from President Trump, and guess which direction our nation is running right now? Negatively. And we're struggling right now. And now the decisions that Joe Biden has been making for our nation is only weakening our nation. So, you know, a lot to say about this president, but I'm not seeing too many positive areas where our nation is being strengthened under this president. He talks a good game, but the results are America is weaker under this so-called President Biden. And it's obvious. It's a stark difference between the leadership that we have now and under President Donald Trump. I'd like to talk a bit about, and I want to focus. I've had some videos that I've shared that we have viewed together regarding Fauci and what's been going on with this COVID, and now the revelations that's coming out with that a lot of things over this past year, year plus, almost a year and a half now, are very troubling. And emails have come out, the Freedom of Information Act to get these released. And now we're starting to see that the NIH, Fauci's organization, was doing some funding in areas that are very troublesome. And we had Rand Paul has had interviews and has put Fauci's feet to the fire, and we're going to see some follow-up on that, because Rand Paul has been at the spear of pushing Fauci and getting Fauci to lie under oath, under those the questioning. And now we're starting to see emails that are showing that Fauci was not telling the truth. And this point of function, which is very troublesome to begin with, regarding taking and making infection diseases and supercharging them, and that can potentially jump to humans. And there are indications right now that that funding that Fauci said, no, not involved in that, that may not have been the truth. In fact, these emails are pointing to just the opposite. So I'd like to have us take a look at a video that that's going to explain just an overview and really break down with what Fauci has said under oath to Rand Paul, and Rand Paul has done a masterful job in getting to the bottom of this and pushing Fauci to tell the truth, and discussing the this virus, and was it a case of it naturally developed, or could this have a man-made component to it? And we'll take a look at that, and we'll see Tucker Carlson will be discussing and bringing some evidence regarding Dr. Fauci and what he has said under oath, and what the emails that have been, the revelation of these emails that have come up. So take a look at Tucker Carlson as he describes what has been going on with Dr. Fauci and what we have been told over this past year on what works and what doesn't work, and the misinformation that we've been fed over a year plus now. So here, take a look.